Well, good morning. Today we are celebrating our favorite girl gang. It is International Women's Day. It's also Mindset Monday. Welcome back to Mindset and Motivation series with me here in my kitchen, usually, where every weekday in the month of March, we're talking about topics that have to do with mindset and motivation and habits and all the things that actually create a life on purpose with purpose. And today I want to share with you some of the best advice that I've ever been given. Now, you might know that my husband is a college football coach, and as of today, we are at Butler University. I say that because we've been a lot of different places, and when I got this advice, we were actually someplace else, but we've been here at Butler University, where he's the head football coach, for quite some time. And years and years and years ago, I feel like it was the very first year that we were coaching. We were coaching at the school that my husband actually went to. So one of his most influential mentors in his life was his college football coach. And one of the most influential mentors in my life was his college football coach's wife, because she taught me what it's like to be a football coach's wife. It is a culture. It is a mindset. You know, there's something about it that is different than another job, because it can be so transient. It is so all-encompassing. It really does rule your life. And she gave me this piece of advice, and I don't think she knew how much it affected me then, but really became a guiding force for the rest of my life, almost unintentionally. And I want to share it with you today because it was valid then, it's valid now, and today on International Women's Day, I want you to share it with your favorite women today as well. And then, of course, I want you to tell me that you shared this piece of advice with someone, and I want you to, if you've got daughters, I want you to share it with your daughters. I want you to share this piece of advice, and I want you to also think about this. This piece of advice came to me from, a female who really grew up in a conservative, patriarchal, society system, and because her husband was a football coach, embraced this life lesson early, and then really shared it with as many people as she possibly could, with as many wives coming into this kind of culture that she possibly could. Okay, here's a piece of advice. So so young. We got married baby young, so young. My husband is a college football coach. No one in my family has ever done anything like this. I am just getting into this industry that I don't really know anything about. And I was a high school teacher. Before I fell into fitness, I was a high school teacher. And my husband's college football coach, Coach Nick, who sadly we lost in 2020 with complications due to COVID. Mask up, my friends, mask up. His wife, Marilyn, said to me, I think it was our very first year of coaching, and I was teaching high school, JV's coaching, and she said, you need to make sure that as your husband rises through the ranks, as he builds his career, whatever, you need to make sure you have something for you. And at the time I thought, well, I do, I'm teaching high school. And she said, no, you need something for you. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a grown, married adult at this time of this advice. And it was the first time any other female had said that to me, had given me that advice. My own mom did not give me that advice, because if you remember, I've shared this before. I grew up in a teeny tiny little town with literally, not making this up, like literally, physically, a cornfield in my backyard. No stoplights in my town. There were about 300 kids in my high school. It was a super tiny farm town in the Midwest. And most of the women who grew up in the town that I went to school with became teachers or nurses or stayed in that town. And I always knew there was something more for me. I didn't know what that more looked like. I didn't know it was going to be a career in fitness. Really, I say fitness. Fitness is just the platform. I didn't know it was going to be a career sort of mentoring women to live their best lives using fitness as a platform. But I knew there was something more. Yet I'd never had any woman ever tell me, you need to have something for you. And when Marilyn gave me that advice, she meant outside of your spouse. You need to have something for you outside of your spouse, meaning you need to have some goals and dreams. You need to have some vision for your life. You know, I think about her now because her husband's gone, and here she is, having been married to her best friend for the entirety of her life, it seems, and going forth with her life without him. And it stresses to me again the importance of you need to have something for you. You are a human being with goals and dreams aside from anything else. And when we get married, our life partner should only enhance those goals and dreams. There should be no reason to put our goals and dreams aside simply because we get married and now have a life partner. That should like double the goals and dreams that we have. And weirdly for women, it feels like we put those down. And that's what Marilyn was telling me, like, you need to have something for you. And in terms of being a football coach's wife, it was very much, you need to have something for you. Otherwise you will fall into this black hole of your entire life being governed by seasons and wins and losses. And yeah, it's our livelihood 100%. And yes, the mood in our home can sometimes be dictated by whether or not that 18-year-old young man on the field caught the ball or not. And I need to have something for me that is outside of football. My job is not a football coach. That's not my job, and it's not my passion. While I support my husband 100% in his passion, that's called marriage. I don't have to have that same passion for what he does in order to have a healthy, fulfilling marriage. He can have goals in his passion, and I can too. You can too. It's not just, I speak about the husband-wife marriage because that's a situation I'm in, but it can apply to any marriage. It can apply to any relationship. It's not just one of the partners in the relationship that gets to have goals and dreams. You need to have something for you. And if I gave no other advice to my daughters, I think it would be that. You need to have something for you. You need to have goals and dreams as a human being person, and you need to understand that you are worthy of having those goals and dreams, that you are worthy of unpacking them, that you are worthy of going after them, and you going after your goals and dreams does not set you on a separate path from that of your spouse. It's an enhanced path. You're traveling down the road of life together. My husband has goals and dreams about building conference playoff winning football teams. How does that possibly put my goals aside? The better he gets as a coach, the better he becomes as a human. The better I get in my goals and dreams, the better I become as a human. And then you get two humans coming together who are constantly on a path to grow, to learn, to get better. Doesn't that make a better marriage? Doesn't it? You have to have something for you. And on this International Women's Day, there's no better piece of advice, I don't think, and there's no better mindset. You need to give yourself permission. Because here's the deal. Ain't nobody else going to give it to you. And nor do you need anyone else's permission to have goals and dreams. Here's the other piece of it. If I say to you, what are your goals and dreams? And you don't have any idea what they are because it's been so long since you've looked at them, take some time this week. Take some time this month in Women's History Month and dig that out because you have them. And it's funny, I think about when I was growing up, I used to say this all the time. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to drive a gold Corvette. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to drive a gold Corvette. Neither of those things transpired, but I had a vision of something bigger than where I was. I knew no one who drove a gold Corvette, and I really didn't know anyone who was a lawyer, but I already had a vision growing up in my small town that I wanted something more. I wanted something different than what I was seeing right there. Now, those goals and dreams have transpired into something else, something much better than I could. Y'all, I don't want a gold Corvette, nor do I want to be a lawyer. What I'm doing, what I'm building, what I'm creating every single day now in 2021 is exponentially better than being a lawyer and driving a Corvette for me. But the goals and dreams, a vision for a life of more existed back when I was a kid. The problem happens when we keep them there in childhood. And then we get married, we have children, we let life take over and we forget, oh right, I actually had goals and dreams. You need something for you. That piece of advice started back when I was in a baby football coach's wife and a baby high school English teacher, and has guided me ever since. And even then, when I was a baby high school English teacher and I didn't know how long we were going to be in the town where we were, I started taking classes towards my master's. I started, just doing some other stuff to have something for me, because me getting better as a human only makes our marriage better together. And he's doing the same thing and I'm doing that, and we come together and now our marriage is better because we've unpacked those goals and dreams. And to create the life that I have in my head right now, I do have to up-level who I am right now. Well, isn't that the point of life? Not just for men, but for women, for you. Isn't that the point of life? That every single day we're getting just a little bit better in some way and growing into that best version of who we are? Isn't that the point? Isn't the reason we're all here is because we do have some sort of gift, some sort of light, some sort of talent that nobody else in the 7.7 billion people on this planet, how crazy is that nobody else has? You have something special. You have something unique. That's why you're here. Don't pack that away. You need something for you. And on this International Women's Day, I hope you share that piece of advice. It was so pivotal for me all those years ago, given to me by one of the fiercest females that I've ever had the honor to know, one of the most influential people in my life. I hope you will celebrate your girl gang. I hope you'll share this advice with your girl gang. And most importantly, I hope you'll take it to heart yourself. You need something for you. And the only person you need permission from to go after those goals and dreams is you. So give it. Happy International Women's Day. Happy Mindset Monday.